Hello, and welcome to the Procurement and Supply Chain MENA virtual event. My name is Rob Jones, partner at B2B Connect, and I'll be your host. Speaking to some of you over the course of our research, it became clear that as organizations tighten their budgets, the role of procurement and supply chain had become even more critical. In those conversations, people talked about shifting from globalization to localization of supply, the need to protect themselves as cross-border trade became difficult. Managing cash flow came up often, but at the same time, how do you protect your critical suppliers? Because without them, your business struggles to function efficiently. They talked about their business continuity plan and if it had been robust enough. And they highlighted how data intelligence had become even more central to decision-making. These are all subjects we'll explore today. Some housekeeping before we start. Please do ask questions. To do so, use the Q&A function that you see at the right of your window. Keep them brief, and we'll get to them at the end of each session. The platform we're in today has several ways to network, chat, and meet attendees. To do so, select attendees, and then go to the person you want to meet, which you can do either through search or by scrolling through the complete list. Hover over and click either chat or meet. Chat brings up a text box. Meet allows you to schedule a Zoom meeting with the person. You can also meet attendees and sponsors in the lounge. Here you can choose to sit at an empty table or join a table where someone is already sitting. If you'd like to meet one of our sponsors, choose the sponsor tab. They'll be at tables throughout the day. A little later, we'll break into different tracks, as you can see going across the top of the agenda. These include Innovation Highway, strengthening supply chains, and new supplier relationship management. There's also an interactive virtual roundtable at 1:15 p.m. UAE time, looking at digital procurement in supply chain impact management. Our first speaker today is Mohammed Al-Janibi, Executive Director of Procurement at Aldar. Mohammed will discuss how to kickstart procurement post-COVID-19, looking at how the pandemic can be used as an opportunity to rethink how CPOs work. Mohammed, over to you.
Thank you, Rob. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mohammed Al-Janibi. I'll be talking to you this morning about a subject, kickstarting procurement post-COVID-19. Supply chain across all industries have many moving parts, all working together to deliver incredible performance that creates value for customers, provide profit margins, and positively impact the societies we live in and operate. Throughout this year, COVID-19 has put strain on many of these areas, impacting entire supply chain across all sectors. Initially, there was a supply shock when China, one of the world's major manufacturing centers, were taking the difficulty and the brunt of the pandemic. This had actually a cascading effect, limiting the supply of the wide range of products, components, and materials to the rest of the world. The pandemic became a more global issue. We saw a demand shock with many parts of the world in lockdown and workers and consumers being ordered to stay home. The graph here shows the market cap across sectors that is dated in April 24, 2020. That shows almost all sectors in suffering severe declination in demand as a result of COVID-19. The top three sectors that are severely impacted, or two sectors mainly, the aerospace and oil and gas. Similarly, what happened to the real estate as well, which had also got impacted. Whilst there are a number of exceptions, such as technology and pharmaceutical, demand has declined across all sectors and geographics. So, aside from supply and demand fluctuation, there are many other factors currently posing challenges in procurement and supply chains. So here are the key challenges on the supply chain. The first one, global recession, uncertainty and change of local legislation due to the different situation that we go through this pandemic, shift in consumer behavior, decline in energy prices, oil and gas prices, technology readiness as well. It was not that much ready at the time when the COVID hit, shift in business operations, lack of visibility across all supply chain, and challenges also on the market or the suppliers and vendors on delivering their materials or services to the consumers. Fortunately, alhamdulillah, the UAE government has taken a prompt and decisive actions to limit the impact of unprecedented market condition on the community and business, providing a level of reassurance to the market and the whole supply chain. As you can see in the slide, there are many different actually incentives, 16 incentives from the local to the local economy, 17 from financial sectors, and luckily, actually, seriously, Aldar has got inspired by that action and launched its own stimulus program, which worth of up to 190 million dirhams, with the aim of supporting our various stakeholders. Aiming of supporting those stakeholders. Additionally, we allocated 4 billion dirhams to ensure timely payment to all of our suppliers and across supply chain. And throughout the pandemic, Aldar has implemented a range of initiatives and measures for our suppliers to ensure business continuity. For instance, first one, procurement automation. Our procurement process has actually moved toward the full automation from registration throughout the payment and contract closeout. VO as well, VO and payment settlement, the second one. We have increased efficiency in our variation orders and payment settlement, with over 80% of variation order processed within 60 days. And we continue to enhance this process continuously. Third, ICV, in-country value program. The pandemic had actually also emphasized on the importance of a supply market localization. In fact, Aldar was the first company within the UAE real estate sector to implement the in-country value program, which aimed to localize critical parts of the supply chain for the benefits of the economy. And last on this slide, incentives. We have also introduced incentives for upcoming tenders, which will drive supplier performance and project delivery, time and quality and cost reduction. All of these measures and initiatives were aimed to optimize cost and improving cash flow for our suppliers, who we see as a key partner to our market and to our businesses, basically. And these initiatives could not have happened if procurement was not working hand on hand with the business units and suppliers to ensure operational and business continuity. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, there is still more work to be done by procurement leaders to ensure successful recovery in the new normal. Here are 5 key forces or focuses. A focus area has emerged that we all as CPOs and procurement leaders need to address. The first one, we need to strengthen the supply chain resilience through multi-sourcing and running business continuity scenarios, given that the pandemic has long-term effect. Secondly, we need to be rethinking the impacted categories or category strategy to focus on the value rather than cost reduction. Third point here is accelerating the adoption of a digital technologies, which is a very crucial element. The fourth area that we need to look at is increasing investment and partnership as well, and introduce innovative approaches into the market and to the process that we use as procurement and supply chain. And last, but not least, the business needs to transform to a future-ready operating model so that they are in a better prepared for any of upcoming change. Definitely, the procurement function plays a major role in the new normal that the organization are facing. Investing in a stronger future-ready practices and capabilities will pay off in the short term and help organization emerge stronger and better prepare on the long term. And definitely, we will remain, alhamdulillah, optimistic that we all are ready to take further steps and reshape procurement and supply chain landscape. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. And I will hand back this to Rob. Thank you.